So welcome everybody. We are just, first of all, to everybody here, thank you so much for being here. And we're just welcoming our online sisters in right now. We have about 330 sisters joining us online. And so as we all join in this space together today, and I'll welcome us all in and open the space for us all in a moment, but just know that right now, you are sat in the energy of not only this Aquarius full blue moon, which in itself is kind of epically powerful. And when we came to look at this venue, I've asked them to check where the moon is, because how insane would it be to do it at night in here if the moon did happen to be somewhere up there? So that's maybe something for the future that we'll look at doing. But we're not only sat in the energy of this Aquarius full blue moon, but you're sat in the energetic space now of 400 other incredibly powerful women who've answered this call to come together to do this work. And I know that I mentioned kind of on a few social posts and in a few emails that it's said that when women are called to gather together in circle, it's because all of our souls have gathered together in circle somewhere before. So this exact group of women that have been called together in this exact moment in time are here together, gathered together in this exact moment on time, because our souls in some other lifetime before have all sat together in circle and created some form of powerful change that we're now being brought back together to continue. And so it's absolutely no mistake that at this moment in time we are all gathered together. And can we just give a massive shout out? This lady always come from Dubai. She came from Dubai because her soul was called to be here from Dubai. A lady messaged me as well. Where's my Scotland lady? We had someone coming from Scotland, and I was like, "Wow, you're coming all the way from Scotland!" And I was like, "Okay, Dubai kind of beats Scotland, but you still all answered that call to be here, and so welcome." For anyone whose first time it is in a soul space class with me, just to run through with you kind of briefly what it is that we do. So I'm going to talk to you now for about half an hour, just about the energies of this Aquarius full moon, what we're working with at the moment, how we can work with these energies, and how we're going to move that through in our practice today. And then we'll have a practice, and we'll kind of, my feeling is we might break for journaling in between, but we'll see where we go with it all. We'll see how it all vibes. But we'll then use our bodies to work with the energy of this moon. And so I call it a yoga class because I don't want anyone to show up and not be prepared to move. But this isn't yoga as in this is a warrior and you have to get the warrior right and you've got to get the alignment right. This is us moving things that are stuck in our bodies. It's moving emotion through our bodies. It's moving energy where we've got things constricted and we've held down through our bodies. And it's then beneath that starting to awaken what wants to awaken, allowing the power to start to come through us, the answer to start to come through, the truth to start to come through us. I say this a lot, but our deepest gifts and our greatest dreams are always hidden beneath our biggest fears, because we have to go through those fears in order to then realize them and make our dreams come true. So we work in a practice of kind of shaking up what's there, moving all of that out, so then the magic can start to come up from beneath that. So when we're moving through the practice, do not feel like you have to get everything exactly right. It's not what it's about. What I want you to do the whole way through is feel. How does this feel? This feels stuck in here. Let me move into this a little bit. This feels like it wants to open a little bit. Let me move into here a little bit. And that's what we're going to do. And then we'll allow those lunar energies to kind of come through and work and weave with us. I want to encourage you as you go through to breathe, and that might be exhales out of the mouth. It might be deep sighs. I want to encourage you to sound as well. Sounding is one of the greatest ways that we shift stuck energy. And I know that you guys on the soul space, we've done it obviously at home for the past year, so it's been a lot easier in private, in your own living room to go, oh God, that feels like it's something that's stuck in there. But again, we're in a room, we're in a safe space with everyone here is here for the same. And so if you feel like a deep sigh or just to let something out, I really encourage you to do that. It's amazing how stuck we get in that, and we feel like we can't, and we're like, well, but people might hear me, or they might think that I'm only looking at you, no wailing, maybe not wailing, but no, seriously, feel free to kind of sound things out and move things out and deep breath things out and shift things out, because we get so trapped in our voices. We think, oh, but what are they going to think of me? And what will happen in that? And that's again where we're not able then to speak our truth in a situation, an environment, because that same voice says, oh, but what will they think of me? And I better not say what it is I want to say. So the more we can use our voices in today's practice, the more we're going to be able to start to break through some of those barriers as well. And so your work here is to kind of really free up what's stuck and then move from there into liberation and freedom, which is what this Aquarius full blue moon is all about. And so the timing of this event, the reason that we've done it at the time that we're doing it is because the moon will actually go full when we're all together. So the moon's going to go full, exactly full at 13:02. So 2 minutes past 1 this afternoon, the moon will be exactly full, should be at her peak. And so we'll all be together in this space right then to be able to celebrate it. A blue moon is either the second full moon in a calendar month. And so if August had 2 moons, the second one will be a blue moon. Or there should be 3 full moons in every season, so 1 for each month. If a season has 4 moons, the third one is known as the blue moon. So I don't know who came up with that equation, but the third one in a season of 4 moons is known as the blue moon, which is where we are right now. A true blue moon happens about every 18 months to 2 years. The 2 moons in a season is a little bit more frequent, but not that much more frequent. And a blue moon in itself is where the saying comes from. So when we say once in a blue moon, or once in a blue moon that'll happen, once in a blue moon this happens. And a blue moon comes around to bring us those once in a blue moon moments, to bring us that opportunity to create what it is that we always put off, we put on hold, we think that we'll do it if and when, and we kind of sit and we wish and we wait for it to happen. A blue moon brings you that opportunity to say, there is no better time than now. Like, now is the time to do this, and now is the time that we've got to do this. With this moon being in Aquarius is really, really powerful. So when we have 2 moons in the same sign, just in general, it's because the moon is really asking us to pay attention to that sign. And so right now we're really, really being called to pay attention to Aquarius energies. Now, what's even more powerful about this is it's Aquarius energies, let's tongue-in-cheek blame the skies, but it's Aquarius energies that started off the whole pandemic last year. So we could see through astrology everything that's kind of happened, and we've been working with Aquarius energies then for the past 18 months. But we're really going to work with Aquarius energies through this year, because the 2 planets that rule Aquarius, which are Saturn and Uranus, they're in a constant square in the sky all through this year. They're going to meet exact 3 times. So they've already met exact in February. They've already met exact in June. They're going to meet exact again on the 24th of December. But the whole way through this year, this Saturn and Uranus square is giving us our theme for this year. Uranus is the planet of awakening, liberation, freedom, higher consciousness, expanding into all that we're here to be, that true sense of freedom. And then Saturn is restrictions, boundaries, controls, kind of governments. It's the father of the zodiac. And so as we can see even playing out this year, we've got this square, and planets square each other. It's almost like they square off against each other. We've got this energy of Uranus just wanting liberation, freedom, truth, and Saturn being like, no, hold it down, restrict it, put a boundary around it. And so the fact that we've got 2 Aquarius full moons, and what an Aquarius moon asks of us is to find true liberation, to find freedom, to find authenticity. Aquarian energy is about that authenticity, to be exactly who you are here to be without any kind of worrying about it. Just that presence of, this is me, this is who I am, and I really want the world to see me. And so what I want to encourage those of you, especially in person, to do, but even those of you watching us online, today show up as you. In this room with these women now, show up as you. Allow all of you into this room. Allow even the parts of you that you would normally hide from. Allow the parts of you that you would normally try and deny or push away. Allow all of you to show up in this room today in this practice. When we meet again after, allow all of you to be in this space. Like, take up some space today. Really take up some space and be who you're here to be in this energy. So the first Aquarius full moon, what's even more astounding, there's so many parts to this that almost shouldn't have happened. This moon shouldn't, in some ways, be happening. The moon goes full at 13:02. 40 minutes later, the moon moves out of Aquarius into Pisces. So it almost shouldn't be happening. When we have a full moon, we have the sun on one side of the sky and of the earth, and the moon on the other side of the earth, and the sun beams light onto the moon, and that's where we get the full moon from. So they're always in opposite signs. So as the moon is in Aquarius, the sun's going to be over here in Leo. The sun moves out of Leo today. So again, it's this moment in time like a blue moon that shouldn't be happening. It's that once in a blue moon moment that we're going to get a second Aquarius moon within the last minutes of the moon being in Aquarius before she moves into Pisces. So it's almost like the moon is saying, those things you think are impossible, those things you think, oh, but that would never happen, or I could never make that happen, or that might not work for me, or that might not work out, or I could probably never do it anyway. This moon is like, this is possible. It might seem like you're getting right to the very edge of it, but this is possible. That's what this blue moon is here to show us. Anything, 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 anything is possible. And that's the energy we're going to create in our practice today, of really feeling into that energy of anything being possible. So we've been on a real journey with Aquarian energies. The first Aquarius full moon a month ago happened at 1 degree of Aquarius. So again, the last time the moon happened was amazing because the moon had just gone into Aquarius. It was at 1 degree of Aquarius. Now, today, she's in 29 degrees of Aquarius. So the moon has been full on these 2 full moons in the first and last degree of the sign, which again shows us that when we had the last Aquarius moon, we were 1 degree in. We were just learning. When we get kind of 0 or 1 degrees of a sign, our souls are very new to that sign. So if in your birth chart you have any planets at 0 or 1 degrees of that sign, the likelihood is it's your soul's first incarnation with that planet in that sign. So you're here to learn all about that sign. So the last Aquarius full moon came along to teach us about those Aquarian energies. It said, who are you here to be? How do you hold yourself back? How do you restrict yourself? How do you not speak your truth? How do you not allow yourself to be in your authenticity? Where is it that you hide from yourself and other people? And then because Aquarius likes freedom and liberation, what Aquarius then said to us is, where do you allow the weight of other people's expectations to sit heavy on your shoulders? Where do you allow the opinions of other people to hold you back from doing what it is that you want to do? Where is it that you always compromise yourself to like fit in or keep the peace or be small or not do what it is that you want to do because you better just fit in? Are you living the life you want to be living? Are you really living the life you want to be living? Or are you living the life that your parents wanted for you, your family wants for you, society says that you should be living? Are you living the life that people just expect you to live now because that's just who you've been for a little while, but is that who you actually want to be? So that first Aquarius moon said to us, whose life are you actually living? Are you living the life you want to live? But then because it was new in that 1 degree of Aquarius, we'd maybe just started to hear some of those stirrings. We'd maybe just started to feel into like, actually, yeah, I kind of hold myself back there and I don't let myself really step up there, but we were still quite new to it. Then the Lionsgate portal came, which was that Leo new moon on 8/8. And the Leo new moon, the Lionsgate portal started to say, you need to now let yourself shine. You need to now let yourself be seen. You need to now begin to start to step up into who it is that you're here to be. We need to start to now raise this vibration and live from heart and really be in these energies. And now we're at this second Aquarius full moon. And this Aquarius full moon now is here now to liberate and to break you free. 29 degrees of a sign is known as the degree of fate. It's the critical degree. And it's where we then graduate. So again, if you've got any planets in 29 degrees of any sign, this will be your soul's last time that this planet's going to be in this sign, and then you'll move into a different sign in your next incarnation. So this is the graduation. This is where it kind of goes, well done. You've learned these Aquarian energies. You're going to graduate. But this full moon wants us to graduate with honors. This full moon is like, you've got to graduate this with honors. I honestly believe that we're at a time in history right now that we've all chosen to be here for. And when things for me got really kind of tough and really dark, and I had those like darker times as we probably all have over the last 18 months, the only thing that got me through it was the knowing that my soul had chosen to be here right now, and that I wouldn't give myself anything that I knew I couldn't get through. And that also we have now got this amazing opportunity in time. You might have heard people talk about the age of Aquarius, but the age of Aquarius is where things are going to shift. Aquarius is about humanitarian focused action. Aquarius is about people coming together. Aquarius is about power to the people. Aquarius is about kind of that peace and love energy as well. And Aquarius is about, if each one of us can show up in a really, really authentic way and add to the world what we came here to add, the world is going to be a much more beautiful place. And so this Aquarius moon in part is saying to you, you have a a responsibility now to really show up. You have a responsibility now to not hide your gifts anymore. You have a responsibility now to be who you're here to be and to make a difference in the way that you can make a difference. Because that's how we're going to affect real change in the world, by every single one of us really standing and stepping into that power and going, this is who I am, this is who I'm here to be. And then one by one, we talk about this, we've got a lot of my Lunar Living Sisterhood in here, but we talk about this a lot on there, where if ever you've been on a flight and you look down at the lights, it's like a little light grid. We start to light up and 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 light up, and then the world starts to kind of light up. And I've had a few people ask me questions lately about, yeah, but what can I do about people who this, and there's still people trapped in this? We can't ever change anyone, but what we can do is be the example. And as we start to show up and step up and shine, we give everyone else permission around us to do the same, because people will then watch and go, I want a bit of what she's got. I want to do the same. When we say no, when we set a boundary, when we stand in our own power, it gives everyone else around us the permission to do the same. So this Aquarius moon now wants us to graduate. It wants to give us this opportunity to graduate from these Aquarian energies. And this means a couple of different things. It means, first of all, that breaking free of the voice of doubt, breaking free of the expectations, breaking free of the opinions of others, breaking free of the life that everybody else wants you to be living. And is it difficult in the beginning? Yes, you bet, of course it is. To walk a journey like this is hard, and that's why we need sisterhood like this. That's why we need to come together at times like this, so we know that we're not alone in this, so that we know that there is 399 other women standing right behind you going, you've got this, you can do this. How can I help you rise? How can I help you get there? This 29 degrees of Aquarius now wants us to, first of all, break free of all of that, and then for us to step into that true, authentic power that each one of us has within us. That's why over the past few days, you might have really felt this moon start to build. So you might have felt very, very in your feelings, very, very, very emotional. What this moon will do, because she wants to free you, is as she's been waxing and waxing and growing and growing, and if anyone saw the moon last night, how like big and bright she was, she's been illuminating our lives for us. And what she's been illuminating most of all is those places where you stay stuck, small, trapped, held down, held back. Oh, just little old me, or, the moon's been illuminating those. And so look at those places in your life that you felt the most emotional about, the most kind of angry about, the most upset about, the most trapped by. These are the areas that this moon has been illuminating that you need to pay attention to in order to be able to graduate. So she's like, in order to graduate, this is almost a little lesson you've got to learn. This is like the little test that we've got to pass here. These are the life areas that have been squishing. This is what's still left unhealed. This is where you still don't want to speak your truth. And we want to now step into that. Aquarius is about future vision. Aquarius is future focused. Aquarius is about doing what's never, ever been done before. And so it's in Aquarius that the internet got created, so that we're able to now have all these sisters online with us. These are Aquarian energies. Aquarian energies created things like mobile phones, things that literally shifted and changed the world and moved it into something new, a completely new direction. And so under Aquarius energies, this Aquarius energy now wants you to step into the future you, into the you that you've been here to be, into the future that has been waiting for you. And so we've been working with this energy since that first Aquarius moon. So as I said earlier, those little stirrings might have started around a month ago of, this is what I kind of feel like I really want to change. And this just is what feels like it's really not working anymore. And this is where I'm just really, really, really trapped. And this commute to my job's just really, really not working for me anymore. And like, this is really getting on my nerves. We've been shown all of this. So we've been quietly starting to awaken. We've been quietly starting to kind of step into our power. We've been quietly starting to look at what our future would look like if we were able to deal with or kind of fix all of this over here that we don't want anymore. Aquarius now is like, so now be her. Now step into this. Now start to live like this. So bear in mind, it's not just now, but for the past 18 months. This Aquarius full moon now will also show you what the last 18 months has been for, why you've maybe been through what you've been through, how you've been being prepared for this moment in time on this blue moon, what the lessons have been, how things have been maybe squeezing you to make you grow a little bit, how things have been maybe pushing you to get you to step forwards a little bit, how things have been showing you what it is that needs change and attention in your life. So the last 18 months are suddenly going to become clear over this moon, where we get to be like, this has all been bringing me to this moment in time. And so in this moment in time, how do I want to step forwards and create something new? How do I want to now step forwards into this version of me that I feel like I've been sent here to be? Now, remember that this last square of Saturn and Uranus isn't going to happen until the 24th of December. So it might be that some of the changes you want to put in place, they might not be immediate. You might not wake up tomorrow morning and go, okay, here I am, this is me, I'm totally changed, and I'm going to change everything in my life in like a week. It's sometimes not possible, but what this full moon is saying to you is, if you want to create these changes, you have to start them now. It has to start now on this blue moon. It has to start now with what would my once in a blue moon moment be? And that once in a blue moon moment might not, as I said, happen at this exact moment, but we need to know what we want that moment to be. Someone on my Lunar Living Sisterhood did ask a really important question, which was like, what if I don't know exactly what it is that I want? And I want to offer it to you all in the room here today, and all of those of you joining us today, which was, then how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel? Even if you don't know the exact specifics of this is what I want in my life, how do you want to feel? I want to feel free. I want to feel powerful. I want to feel like I'm living on purpose every single day. I want to feel like I'm making a difference. I want to feel happy. I want to feel loved. I want to feel, how is it you want to feel? And how can you begin to now feel some of that in your everyday life? How can you begin to invite some of that into your everyday life? So again, now, from this moment, you start to show up as her every day, as this future you who's living her wildest blue moon dreams and who has everything that it is that she wants and is really out there living this life on purpose. How can you start to invite a little bit more of her in today? The last thing I just want to mention, because I will be here and talk to you all day, and we need to get into doing some movement so we can feel all of this. The two ruling planets of Aquarius, Saturn and Uranus, you've heard me talk about them a little bit already. They're making some really big, what's known as aspects in the sky today as well. So an aspects is where planets are connected to each other. We've got Saturn in what's called a grand trine. So a grand trine brings a really beautiful flow of energy where the planets all really beautifully work and weave together. And what a grand trine does, which is really beautiful, especially for today, is a grand trine awakens hidden talents. A grand trine awakens what's been kind of dormant within you. And again, this is another question I get asked a lot, is like, but how do I find my purpose and what's my purpose? Honestly, you are your purpose. You are your purpose. It's you. You are it. You were put onto this earth as a purpose. And so first of all, to find our purpose, we need to find, who are we? Who am I? Who am I? What am I here to do? What brings me joy? What lights me up? What makes me happy? And how can I then start to offer some of this to everybody around me? That's your purpose. And so what you might find again over this moon is dormant things start to awaken. Something starts to awaken within you to want you to do more of something or step more into something. So Saturn is making a grand trine, which is really, really beautiful, with Venus in Libra. Now, Venus rules Libra. And Venus is here in this grand trine to say to you, fall in love. Fall in love with yourself. Fall in love with life. Fall in love with your dreams. Fall in love with what it is that you want to create. How can you just fall madly in love with your life? How can you bring love into your life every single day? Venus wants to know what you value, what you care for. And so again, Venus is saying, do you live by your values every day? Because so often we say we want something and then we do the opposite. And then the universe is like, you know? So can we do what we say that we want? If you say that you want something, how can you begin to show up and act every day as her who says she wants this, rather than her who then kind of goes, okay, yeah, sure, all right, okay, I'll do that. This is what Libra's here for. What do you value? Start to live by your values. And as you live by your values start to direct the flow of your life. Your values start to really show you what you want to say yes and no to, what you want to show up for. Find what your values are and then love them. Love all parts of yourself. Love your dreams. Again, if we have a dream and we push it over there into the corner like it's something to be avoided, how is that dream ever going to manifest itself? So it's about bringing your dream right in front of you now and going, bloody love you. Like, love your dreams, love everything about your life. Find something to love and adore about your life every day. This is the energy Venus is bringing in. The other part of this grand trine is the North Node in Gemini. And it's incredible that the North Node is involved in all of this because we have the North and South Node in all of our birth charts. So your South Node is your comfort zone. It's where you're comfortable. It's where you stay small. It's where you brought into from past lives. It's past lives. And it's what's really, really comfortable for you. Your North Node is who you're here to be and what you're here to expand into. So anything to do with our North Node makes us a bit uncomfortable because it stretches us, it expands us, it forces us to get out of something that's comfortable and move into something that isn't, that kind of feels a bit like me getting up and doing this now. I don't come out here being like, oh my God, I love this. I mean, I do love this, but there's also a part of me that's like, oh God, this really stretches me. Like this really me, you know, I have to really pull through to do this, but this then enables me to reach more and more of my purpose because I get to speak to 400 people now about this. And maybe next time I get to speak to 4,000 and then more people know about the moon and on and on and on it goes. So this is North Node energy going into something that's like, oh, this really isn't quite comfortable, but I'm going to do it anyway because it feels purposeful and powerful. So the North Node being involved here is again asking us to begin to expand into that higher awareness, to expand into who it is that we're here to be, to expand into those edges that make us uncomfortable so we can then really move into these Aquarius energies. And so the North Node is being awakened right now. Our purpose is being awakened right now. There's our North Node energy. The North Node is in Gemini, which is really key to all of this because the North Node in Gemini is asking us to expand our minds to what's possible. So rather than having that limited thinking where again we go, oh yeah, but that would probably never happen for me, or well, I'd love to dream that, but it probably won't come true anyway, so I'll just dream something a bit smaller instead, or oh, you know, I don't know if I could make that work. Gemini's energy is curious. Gemini asks you to expand into, but what if it did work? What if it did all work out? What if it did happen? What if it did come true? Then what? Then what? Then what? That's what Gemini North Node is about. So again, over this moon, our energies are being asked to break out of those Saturnian boundaries and restrictions of, and again, we all get taught this, probably by very, very well-meaning parents and teachers of, you know, oh, just stay down there a bit more. It's a bit safer down there. It's a bit, you know, don't. No, we need to break those boundaries and we need to start to go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And so that's what these North Node energies are about now. They're like, no more staying in comfort zones anymore, no more staying small. Because honestly, no pressure, but the world needs us right now. The world really, 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 really needs us right now. Even the fact we're all here gathered together kind of in this feminine energy, in this feminine space today, the world needs more feminine energy right now. The world needs more leadership that's feminine right now. The world cannot sustain itself anymore now going forwards, being ruled by patriarchal governments who are just interested in money and power and have no care about anything else. We need to shift more now into purpose and people versus profit over anything. We need to shift more into living back in alignment with natural cycles and flows. I mean, I harp on about this a lot. Like my lunar living sisters will be out there. We've heard this before. But even the traditional 9 to 5 was created around a man's hormonal cycle. So we need to start to shift into ways of working that are more cyclical and allow us to go with our times when we're filled with energy and allow us to weave and to move and to bring. Our ancestors lived by the moon. Our ancestors lived by planetary energies. Our ancestors lived by nature and flow. We need to start to really invite more of that energy back in again. And we as women need to start to step up now and bring some of that real, like, feminine power back into the world. And so, no pressure, but your North Node energy is now, it's called you to be here today, in this moment, to say, I'm done with this. I'm done with whatever it is you're done with. I'm ready to step up into something different. We've got Uranus as well. So Uranus went retrograde yesterday, the 19th. So with Uranus having gone retrograde, we're now working with 6 planets in retrograde as well. So we're working with, let me see if I can get all of this. We've got Saturn, Uranus, Jupiter, Neptune, Pluto, and Chiron, all in retrograde right now. So all these planets are retrograding. When a planet retrogrades, what a planet asks us to do is to almost internalize that planet's energy and to take that planet's energy in us to really work with those energies in a powerful way. Saturn's already been retrograde for a little while, but Uranus going retrograde just days before this moon is really, really key, because Uranus, being the other ruling planet of Aquarius, is here to have an inner awakening, an inner liberation, an inner freedom, a freedom that's like, do you know what? I'm done with not being able to say what I want to say. I'm done with trying to pretend to be somebody that everyone else wants me to be. I'm done with listening to your opinions on, and I say this to even like, I mean, my mum is here somewhere in the room, and a lot of my best friends, I'll share with people, but I don't need anyone's permission anymore. I don't need anyone to approve of what I'm doing anymore. As long as I know that I'm following like my truth and I'm going where I want to go. I remember I used to go to everyone and I'd want everyone to say, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Oh yeah, definitely do that. I'd need everyone else to agree with me to make it okay. Now I'm like, as long as I know this. So this is the energy that we all want to start to work in with this Uranus energy, this inner liberation and freedom that's like, do you know what? This is me. And when we become us, we'll then attract in a different tribe. Because normally when we don't meet people as who we are, they never meet the real you. So how are they ever going to have the chance to know and love you when they never actually meet you? When they meet the version of you that you think that they want you to be, they never meet you. I want to meet every one of you in this room today. I want to meet you. I want to really, really, really meet you. And so I ask you, bring you today. I want to meet you. I don't want to meet who you think I want you to be. I'm not interested in that. I want to meet you, because then you're going to empower me to bring out me to meet you. So I want to meet every one of you in this room today. Yeah? We need to make that commitment. And every one of you online, show up, show up, show up, show up, show up today. That's the energy we want to be in. So Uranus is creating this real inner liberation to go, do you know what? Yes, I'm hearing that. I'm going to show up as all of me today. And Uranus is in another trine. So again, not a grand trine this time. A grand trine is when there's 3 planets involved. This one's only, well, it is still 3, but not in different signs. Uranus is creating a trine with Mars and Mercury in Virgo. And this is really key for today, because Mars is our drive, our willpower, our motivation, our passion. This is all starting to wake up, this drive to go out there and really be now who I'm here to be. And Mercury is our communication. Mercury is, how do I communicate? How do I express myself? Mercury being involved in this moon makes this moon one of the most powerful moons I would say that we've had in a very, very long time for being able to speak your truth. That Mercury energy will enable you now to be able to say what you perhaps haven't been able to say before to the people that you need to say it. So if you've known for a while there's a conversation that you need to have with someone, there's a boundary that you need to set, there's something that you need to speak out about, this is the time to do it. I would say not necessarily on the full moon, because the full moon energies are always like, wait till the waning gibbous moon, which is going to happen in about 2 days' time. So anytime from about Monday or Tuesday, your words will be heard. And so this is the time when we've now awakened this liberated you to go out there and say, let me reintroduce myself. You haven't met me yet. Let me reintroduce myself. And that's what I'd love for all of you to do next week. Go out there and be like, you think you know me? No, no, no. Let me reintroduce myself. From about Tuesday onwards, you're going to get this opportunity to be able to reintroduce yourself and to be who you want to be then. And so this Mercury energy is giving us this incredible opportunity to be able to really speak our truth. And then added to all of this, as a final little point, is Virgo energy. So we're working with a lot of Virgo energy right now. So you might have this blue moon intention right now, or this blue moon dream, or this vision of, okay, Kirsty, like, I hear you and I kind of know who I want to be. And I've kind of got this blue moon dream and I kind of know this is, how am I going to do that? I don't know how to do that. That's where Virgo energy is going to come in. So Mars is in Virgo. Virgo energy plans. Virgo energy goes, brilliant. Let's create a plan. Here you go. Here's the step by step. Here's the how. Here's what we're going to do. This is how we're going to make it happen. This is how we're going to put it into place. The sun tonight, I think it's 22 minutes past 10, 22. The sun goes into Virgo today. So later on today, the sun is going to take all this full moon energy with it, and it's going to take it into Virgo, where again, Virgo is going to go, here we go. For the next month, we've got Virgo energy. For the next month, Virgo energy, we're going to be in Virgo season. Virgo energy is going to be brilliant. Here's the plan. Here's the way forwards. Here's the how. Here's what we're going to do. The Virgo energy is going to help us to move. And Mars is going to be in Virgo, helping to push us. It's going to be like a hand in your back is how I'm explaining it, like going, go on, off you go. Out there, you can do this, you can do this. You don't need to worry about the house. That Virgo energy got the house for you. You just need to worry about stepping up to that starting line and going, this is it. This is who I'm here to be. This is it. And so, bless you. In our practice today, we're going to split it into, we're going to weave it, but we're going to start off by really feeling into what you're finally ready to let go of. And then once we've created that space, what you're ready to expand into. Because here's the last little piece of this puzzle. Right now, up there in the sky, this full moon is conjunct right next to Jupiter. Jupiter is also retrograde. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of abundance, of luck, of good fortune. Anything Jupiter touches, Jupiter expands. And so Jupiter now is here with this full moon to say, it's time for you to expand. It's time for you to throw your arms wide open and welcome in all that abundance that surrounds you at all times. It's time to expand into your real soul self. Like if you truly believed right now that you were a soul having a human experience, if you truly knew that you were connected to something way, way, way greater, and that your soul had chosen to be here at this time, how would you do life differently? We'd all do life so differently if we truly believed, or we knew rather, if we knew the power that we possessed. And that's why that Lionsgate portal was really, really key. Because on that Lionsgate portal, because that Sirius, our spiritual sun, was awakened, we were glimpsed for a moment of what we're really capable of our soul self. And this is what we're being called to step back into right now. Because for too long, we've been controlled in human ways. We've been controlled, we've been kept down. I call it TikTok. So the TikTok where we're just like, TikTok, 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 go to work, go to the mortgage, go do this, be scared about that, be fearful about this, be worried about that. We need to break out of that into soul having a human experience, into that energy that is there, alive at all times. We need that Shakti energy, that feminine energy that's just like coursing through our veins, wanting us to wake up and move into something way greater. And so Jupiter is here now to expand, to say, with Jupiter and this full blue moon in the sky next to each other, believe me when I say you can achieve anything. You can achieve your wildest blue moon dreams. But the missing piece of this puzzle is you've got to believe that you can do it. You've got to believe that. You've got to. And once you know that, you're unstoppable. You don't need permission from anybody else out there. You don't even need me to tell you that. You know. And if I'm talking to you right now and you're feeling something like, and you're like, oh, what is this? Okay, that's you awakening. That's your soul going, I'm speaking to you now soul to soul. Soul to soul. That's what I want to do in this session. I want to speak to your soul. I want to speak to your soul, and I want my soul to remind your soul that you are a soul, and you can achieve anything. And that's what these Jupiter energies are here for, to remind you that you have everything that you need within you to have whatever you want. And I have this massive belief, I really, really hold true to the belief that we are never given a dream without also being given the means to achieve it. We don't live in like a cruel world that goes, oh, you want that? No, you can't have it. It's not for you. No, it's just something for them. It's not for you. You can't have that. We don't live in that kind of world. We're taught that and we're told that. It's not true. You can have anything that you want. Anything. Because if that dream has been placed in you, it's been placed in you for a reason, because you, that this dream has been given to, you're able to make that dream come true. You're able to make that happen. So Wayne Dyer used to say, if you can see it and believe it, you can achieve it. You really can. If you can see something and you can believe, just even if it's a little tiny 2% thing in your heart that kind of goes, you can achieve it. But we just get in our own way. And today, this Aquarius energy is like, you need to get the F out of your own way. Get out of your own way, break free, liberate, tear it all down, pull it all apart, and then out of those remains, step up and step out and go, okay, here I am, and I'm ready. I'm ready. And you're more ready if your dream scares you. If your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. It's not. What you want to do does not terrify you, it's not big enough. It's not. So I want you to dream and dream big today. Are we ready? Okay. So what I'd love for you to do first of all is, just bearing in mind everything that we've just spoken about, I'd just love to give you just a couple of minutes before we start to work in this energies. From what I've just said, I'd love you to just note down for me, what is it that you're finally ready to release? What is it that you're finally ready to release? And that could be something within you. So that could be, I'm finally ready to release self-doubt. I'm finally ready to release the ways I sabotage myself. I'm finally ready to release the fear that I have about being seen. I'm finally ready to release the expectations of other people. I'm finally ready to release needing to behave in a certain way for anyone else. What is it that you are finally ready to release? And I'm going to give you some time, so don't worry, don't panic. But when you're finished, you're going to lie down on your back. So this isn't me rushing you, but this is saying that when you've got that sense of what it is that you're finally ready to release, you're going to come to lay down on your back. And so as you come to lay down on your back, only when you're ready, I'll give you a couple more minutes, a couple more moments, but I want you to, closing your eyes, take a couple of really, really long, slow, deep breaths. And as you breathe in now, just begin to invite all of you into this moment. So inviting all of you into this moment. And if you've been feeling particularly emotional around this moon, if you've been scattered around this moon, if you felt like there's been a lot going on around this moon, I want you, with every inhale that you take, to just call back parts of you. So each time you inhale, each time you breathe in, I want you to call back parts of you. So anywhere that you've lost yourself, anywhere that you've given parts of you away, anywhere that you lost your power, anywhere that you were someone that you didn't want to be or behaved in ways that weren't in alignment with you, just call back those parts of you now. Call back those parts of self. And as you call back those parts of self, inviting all of you into this moment, into this room and into this circle. And feeling now a connection not only to the sisters in this room, but the sisters who are joining us online, feeling yourself now as part of the energy of 400 powerful women come together, called together to do this work under this full moon, to do this work that will create change and transformation and a new future. We are now rewriting the future. We are now creating what is possible that maybe wasn't thought possible. But this blue moon here today is to tell us that it is possible. It is possible. Anything's possible. Feel as though our souls are all gathered together now in one place. And that we are now creating this powerful, sacred, and safe space in which to do this work. And know that you are welcome here. All of you is welcome here. All of you. Feeling all of our souls present, our circle now open. The energetic space now open. Begin to tune into the Aquarius full blue moon energies in the sky above you. And begin to visualize moonbeams falling down all around you, silvery rainbow-like moonbeams falling down all around you. And then with every deep inhale, you breathe this lunar energy into your body. And with each exhale now, maybe out of the mouth, if that works for you, you're just going to start to let go. You're just going to start to let go of something, anything. Whatever it was that you wanted to let go of, you're going to let go of it now. Every deep exhale, as you exhale, let go. Every deep exhale, just let go. What you wrote on your list that you're finally ready to release with every exhale, now let it go. Let go of the doubts. Let go of the fears. Let go of the playing it small. Let go of the being who you think they want you to be. Let go of the weight of expectation that sits heavy on you. Let go of any self-imposed restrictions. Every exhale that you take now, just let it go. Breathe in the moonlight, breathe in this blue moon energy, and every exhale, just let it go. You do not need it anymore. Let go of any versions of you that you no longer want to be. Let go of anything that's ever held you back or held you small. Every inhale, breathe in this full blue moon energy, and every exhale, breathe it out, let it go. Just a couple more breaths like this. And then I want you over these next couple of breaths just to start to now feel into your own body. How do you feel right here, right now, laid here in this moment? How does your body feel? How does your energy feel? Are you being drawn to anywhere in particular in your body? Is there anything in your body, your emotions, your heart, your mind that wants to make itself known to you? I want you to just begin to very gently move. So that might just be a wiggle of your fingers and toes. Might be a little stretch of your arms and legs. If you might touch anyone around you, give them a little squeeze. And then just starting to really feel into your own body today. I want you to gradually, when you're ready, draw your knees in towards your chest. As your knees come in towards your chest, hold your knees and give yourself a little hug, give yourself a little moment, give yourself a little rock, a little massage into the earth beneath you. Just releasing out any tension through your back, anything that feels like it's sticky today, just releasing it out. And then I want you to just let your arms fall wide. Again, if you happen to find someone's hand, hold it. Just drop both of your knees over towards the right-hand side. And As you let your knees drop over to the right, just take in here a couple of really nice, long, slow, deep breaths. We're just going to be here for about a minute either side. And so over these next few breaths now, every deep exhale, continue that work of letting go. So each time we inhale, feel that full blue moon energy pour into your body. Feel yourself expand into those Jupiter energies. And each time you exhale, a deep breath out, just let go. Let go. And I want to really encourage you through our practice time together, if emotions come up, let them be there. Don't push them back down. Let all of you be here. Even if it's an emotional you, let her be here. We welcome her. Allow yourself to feel what you need to feel. The moon will talk to us through our emotions. So feel what you need to feel. We're going to be here for about 3 more deep breaths. Inhale, feel expansion. Exhale to just let it go. 2 more deep breaths. Now you're going to take 1 more full breath for me here. And then take a big deep inhale. And as you exhale, slowly draw yourself back to center. Give yourself a moment at center, a moment to reset, to realign, to be here. And then as you're ready, arms falling wide again if they need to, knees drop left. Again, if you find someone, hold them, give them a little squeeze. We're in this together, we got this. We inhale moonlight. And we exhale, just allowing this moon to work her magic. What does she want you to let go of? What is she helping you to surrender and release right now? Breathe it out of the mouth if you need to, with sound if you need to. Every exhale, just let it go. We inhale to find some expansion, some room. As we exhale, we breathe out and let go. We're going to take about 3 more deep breaths here together. So big inhale. And then exhale, just let it go. Big, long, slow, deep exhale. Do 2 more like that for me. Big breath in. And breathe it out. Just let it go. I'm going to do that 1 more time. We take a last big inhale. As you exhale, draw yourself back to center. Knees once more come in towards your chest. Give yourself a moment. Just hold yourself there. You're going to, in your own way, in your own time, find your way back to any comfortable seated position. Keep your eyes closed if that feels good for you. And as you get back to a comfortable seat, just take a moment, let yourself be here. And I want you to just tent all 10 of your fingers. And you're just going to place your fingers on the earth next to you. Just tenting your fingers on the earth. Your eyes closed now. I want you to feel as your fingers connect to the earth that you are safe in this space right now. You are safe to be here. With every deep breath, I want you to allow yourself to ground into and be held by the energies of Mother Earth, by these earth energies that are always, always holding us. And then maybe placing 1 or both hands on your heart, or if you prefer, wrapping your arms around yourself. Eyes closed if you haven't already. Give yourself a moment now to just invite and welcome all of you into our space, to make yourself the promise that in our practice now you will show up wholeheartedly for yourself. That means with the whole of your heart, you will show up for yourself. That we'll use this space here now to find freedom and liberation and to step into the full truth of who you are. To step into your most true and authentic self, the you that you were born to be, the you that you were placed on this earth to be. Because the earth needs you right now, not a half version of you, not a pretend or watered down version of you. The world needs you, or you would not be here. You would not be here. You are here because the world needs you right now. We need you. The world needs you. Tell yourself that, know that, feel it from somewhere deep within. Feel the truth of these words land, and let the whole of you now show up in this moment. All of you. And then feel the energy start to rise. You're going to tent your right fingertips back down onto the earth once again. You're going to take your left arm up and over. And as we breathe here, you're going to start to now let yourself move in a way that you want to. That might mean some circles. It might mean rippling backwards and forwards. It might mean wiggling your fingers. It might mean bouncing. But start to now invite all of you into here. What do you want to do? What would the most authentic version of you right now do? How would she move? What would she do? Would she sound? Would she smile? Would she let a little tear fall down her face? Like, what would she do right now? Taking one more deep breath this side. And then we take it over, reach it over to the opposite side. And again, as we reach over to the opposite side, this isn't just about a side stretch. It's about now feel. What does this feel like? Where do you feel it? How do you want to move this energy? How does your soul want to move right now in your body? If you were to let your soul now move in your physical body, how would she move? What's stuck? Where? What's holding her back? How does she need to release that? Take 2 more breaths. And then slowly bringing yourself back up to center. From here, you're going to stretch your right leg out in front of you. Your left knee is going to stay bent. Then you're going to tent your little fingertips again on the earth like we just did. You're going to take a big inhale here, and as you exhale, you're just going to fold gently forwards, and you're going to go as far as your body wants you to go right now. And you're going to notice if that little voice in your head wants to start to look around the room and go, oh, well, they're doing it better. And instead, I want you just to breathe, to maybe close your eyes and to breathe. And then I want you to find that tension in your body. And I want you to visualize that this tension in your body right now, this is what keeps you stuck. This is what holds you back. This is the unhealed emotion, the expectation, the opinion. And so I want you now to work with what you're experiencing, and with every exhale, I want you to let this go. So feeling into what feels trapped, stuck, where, and how can you with every deep exhale now let that go? Again, I invite you to breathe, to sound. If any emotion arises that needs to be dealt with, don't push it down, don't swallow it. That's what keeps it stuck down there in the first place. Let it go. Let it go. Every single deep exhale that you take here now into this space, what are you finally ready to release? What do you not need anymore? With every deep breath, what are you finally ready to let go of? If you come across tension anywhere in your body, can you just release it through your breath? This is not about grabbing your feet. This is not about a particular shape. This is about how can I now work with what feels stuck. If it feels good for you to add a little gentle rock side to side, a little move of your neck and your shoulders, a little wiggle into somewhere, do that. Let your body now be your guide.
Please prepare me to be a sanctuary.
Got about 3 more breaths here.
Pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving.
And now we're going to start to walk ourselves back, and we're going to start to expand now out of this place where we feel stuck. And so we're going to bring our left hand behind us, behind the left hip. We're going to inhale and press up and over and stretch up and over and really find that expansion, that space. And as we exhale, we're going to come all the way back down and just let your body kind of fall or fold wherever it wants to fall or fold. And then we're going to keep that going. So from this place where we feel into that stuck, we then expand and open and reach and stretch and begin to expand into now who we're here to be. And you're just going to keep this moving and flowing in your own time, in your own way, in your own ripple, in your own flow. And so just allowing the body to start to move, and again your soul to start to come to life within you. And what I want you to do here is explore the opening, the lengthening, explore what feels like it needs to awaken, explore what feels like it's a bit sticky and stuck. I'm going to give you about 3, maybe 4 more breaths here on this side. Just keep breathing, keep doing you.
To be a sanctuary.
Beautiful. Do 2 more breaths. Please prepare me to be a sanctuary. We are being prepared through this practice today. Open your heart for that preparation, for these energies to come in. Give me 1 more of these.
I'll be
This next time you come down, I just want you to stay here for me for a couple of breaths and perhaps noticing now how much deeper you're able to go. Now you've gone with a little bit of a flow. Now you've allowed yourself to move and shift and breathe. Is there more room? Is there more space for you to settle into? Give me 3 more really long, slow, deep breaths in here. Beautiful. Give me 2 more. Take 1 more deep breath. Taking your own time, slowly bring the soles of both of your feet together. As this happens, take your heels as far away as you need them to be. Slide them out. Take a big breath in here. And as you breathe out, just let yourself fold forwards, fold in, release in. And again, this does not matter how far you go. This is not about yoga now. This is about how can you release. Let your head go, let your neck go, let your forehead go, let your jaw go, let any expectation go. How can we drop the expectations of others if you don't drop your own expectations of yourself? Let the expectation go. And then just be in this moment, breathe in this moment. Every deep breath you take, what are you finally ready to let go of? What are you done with? What are you willing to release? What are you willing to drop? Turn your palms up to the sky, surrender. Open your palms, stay where you are, but open your palms to the sky. Let go of any trying to grip. Let go of trying to control. Let go of thinking that you know best, and instead feel moonlight now begin to beam down upon you, this little gentle voice from somewhere within that just whispers, you got this. You got this. But first, you've got to let go of what gets in your own way. So now for these final few moments and breaths, every exhale, what are you finally ready to release and let go of? Breathe it out, sigh it out, cry it out. What are you finally ready to let go of? We're going to be here for about 30 more seconds, the last few breaths. Again, if there's a part of your body making itself known, wiggle it, move it, be in your full presence right now. Don't hold anything back or hold anything down. Let the energy move through you. 3 more breaths. Last 2. The end of your next breath, I want you to just really, really slowly release yourself all the way out. I want you to all 10 fingers behind you and just open your heart. Open your heart. Take a couple of deep breaths into your heart. Maybe wiggle a little bit if you need to, but feel now your heart open and feel if there's a part of you where your heart wants to go like, oh, no, one closed again. And instead, open your heart a little bit more. Open your heart a little bit more. Open your heart a little bit more. Even if it feels scary, even if it feels like there's a lot in there you haven't seen in there for a long time, just open your heart. Open your heart to feel again. Just feel in this moment. 2 more breaths. Give me 1 more. And then taking your own time, slowly we're going to switch this over to the other side. So you're just going to really nice and easy bend your right knee in, let your left leg straighten out in front of you. Shift yourself around, tent your fingertips, take a big breath in, and as you breathe out, start to fold in. And when you meet that resistance, notice the resistance and welcome the resistance. Go, okay, resistance, here you are. What are you here to show me? What are you here to tell me? Where am I resisting? Where am I resisting? Can I drop resistance in this moment? Can you right now in this moment drop resistance? Drop resisting anything. Again, let your head go, let your shoulders go, let your neck go. Let the grip, the control, the trying, let all that go. Let the being good at yoga go. I am that I am. Can you just be all that you are in this moment? Just breathe here. Every exhale, what are you finally ready to release? And often we grip onto these things because they are comfortable, and also, what does holding on to this prevent you from doing? Whenever we're holding on to something, it's because it's preventing us from having to do something else. It's preventing us from having to move into a next level. It's preventing us from showing up, from stepping up, from having something that maybe scares us. So can you just drop and let go in this moment? You've got about 15 more seconds to go before we add a little bit of movement. Take another really long, slow, deep breath. And then taking your own time. This is your flow, it's your rhythm. You're going to bring yourself up. This time your right hand's going to step behind your right hip. You're going to press up, over, lengthen, reach, breathe, open into that space. As you exhale, your body's just going to fall back down. Your body's going to fall wherever it needs to, wherever it wants to. Trust now that you know in this moment exactly how to move. There is a part of you that is innate intelligence. There is a part of you right now that just knows what to do, that just knows what feels good, that just knows how quick, how far, how much. Find that part of you and allow her to come forwards. Allow yourself to just move and be with your own rhythm, your own breath. You've got about 3 more deep breaths here, just like this. I'm going to give you 2 more. Now, the next time you come forwards and down, we're just going to pause here. And as you pause here, just feeling into, is there a bit more space now? Is there a bit more room? Is there a bit less resistance? Just allowing yourself to be here for just another breath or so. And then you're going to take your own time. We're going to make our way up and over. We're going to find our way back into child's pose towards the back of your mat. As you find your way there, you can be knees together, knees wide. Arms are going to go out in front of us. Take your time, snuggle yourself all the way in. And as you get there, turn your palms up to the sky. Let your forehead, your third eye, that little space just between your eyebrows, let that space rest down onto your mat. And now visualize for me warm hands, as though I've got my hands on all of you. Warm hands on your lower back, just gently pressing you down, grounding you a little further, letting you know that you're here, you're safe. Feeling the energies of this Aquarius full blue moon beaming down, as though the moon is now beaming into the back of your heart. And as you feel the moon beam into the back of your heart, open the front of your heart. And as the front of your heart opens, anything you're ready to let go of from your heart now, allow it to fall down gently into Mother Earth. Feel Mother Earth take it and transmute it for you. Open your heart now to just let go of anything that's been laying heavy around your heart. Any emotions, anything stuck in your heart, anything that's laid heavy on your heart, anything that remains trapped and stuck around your heart. Feel that beautiful moon energy pour in through the back of your heart, and then gently release anything you no longer need down into the earth. Say to the earth, say to yourself, I am willing to let this go. I am ready to let this go. You are ready. I promise you, you do not need this anymore. Adding maybe a little gentle rock from side to side, a little soothing rock if that helps. Now bring your awareness into your third eye, into your mind, and release down into the earth any thoughts you no longer need anymore. That little voice that runs around your head that goes, really, you? Let that go. Maybe the voice of other people that runs around in your head that you give a little bit of rental space to. Let that go. The doubts, the fears, let them go. And then feeling into what it is that you are finally ready to let go of. When you are ready, I want you to turn and flip your palms over, palms on the earth. Feel your palms on the earth. And then start to move in a way that helps you to release. That might be coming up onto all fours. And as you get there, it might be kind of wiggling around. And I want you to find those areas in your body where you feel stuck and restricted, as though this is where that energy of what holds you back is trapped. This is where that opinion a little while ago that got you is stuck in your left rib. And this is where the voice of your neighbors gets stuck in your right shoulder, and this is where your own little doubt gets stuck in your belly. And I want you just to move. Remember, breathe. Sound. I want you to find all those little sticky edges and areas in your body. And I want you to begin to imagine them almost like little binds around you, like there's little chains around you. And they're the chains of expectation. They're the chains of doubt and fear and all the other stuff that we wrap around ourselves to hold us in. And I want you to start to break some of them free. So you're just going to start to, like, one at a time, break some of them free. And I also want you to notice if right now, if you're staying in really safe movement, if you're like, yeah, okay, I'll just cat-cow, because like people might look at me and like wonder what I'm doing. And instead I want you to bring in a bit of the Aquarius energy, because I don't give an F if anyone else is watching me right now. Because I promised a little while ago I was going to invite all of me into this room. And so all of me right now maybe wants to start to do like some kind of wild cat-cow energy, or she maybe wants to come into a downward facing dog, or she maybe wants to start to like really break out and break free a little bit. That's Aquarian energies. And if you can't start to break out and break free in this space that we've created right now, you'll never be able to break out and break free. So right now, for these next few breaths, do something wild. And notice if your mind says to you, yeah, but that's not a real yoga pose. Says who? I speak about this a lot in my classes, but there are 480,000. I'm going to repeat that for you one more time. 480,000 different yoga poses. Whatever you can do with your body, someone has given it a name and called it yoga. I promise you that. So right now, break the mold. Break the thing that says this is proper yoga, because that's the same voice that goes, yeah, but nice girls don't do that, or good girls don't behave like that. And give a metaphorical like 2 fingers to everyone who ever said that you couldn't or shouldn't, and instead start to free up your body, start to free up your energy, start to free up your heart, your mind, your soul. Taking just another couple of breaths like this. And again, sound it out if that feels good for you. Sigh it out, breathe it out. Going to give me just another couple of breaths like this. Going to give you about 3 more. Going to give you a last 2. And then you're going to gradually make your way back to all fours, taking your own time. As we get back to all fours, if you did bring anything for padding, I know this floor is quite hard. You might want to grab it now, jumpers, anything else. We're going to step right foot up outside right hand. You're then going to tuck your left toes underneath and wiggle them way far back. So pad that back knee up if you need to. And then we're going to breathe here, just here for a couple of moments. So you might have fingertips tented, you might have fists, wherever you are. And again, you might want to close your eyes, and I want you to just start to gently explore, where do you feel stuck around here? We store all of our unsuppressed emotion, or anything that's suppressed, we store it all in our hips. We push it on down there. And so start to now have a little sort of wiggle and move and kind of meet that little old emotion from 5 years ago that you didn't want to deal with at the time, and breathe into that. And then you're welcome to stay exactly here. You're welcome to find child's pose at any point. I want to put that out there right now, because you promised me that you would do you. So at any time you want to find child's pose, you head on back there. You might tent your fingertips out a little bit further in front of you. Your left forearm might find the earth. Your right forearm might find the earth. Maybe. But what I want you most of all to find is what's stuck. What's stuck. And I want you to breathe it out, release it out, wiggle into it a little bit, move into a little bit. And again, if your body says to you right now, do you know what would feel really amazing is if you just took your right arm up into the air, or you just did this, go for it, do it. I want you to free yourself and liberate yourself. Remember what you promised me before. What is it that you are finally ready to let go of? What is it that you have had enough of? What is it that your soul is just saying, no more, no more? And then I'm going to give you options. You can stay here. You can, of course, as I said earlier, come out of this. Or if we want to really try and find that edge, because those of you join me on the soul space know we can go there, you're going to wiggle across into a pigeon. So you're just going to find that little wiggle across. And then you're going to set yourself in there for the emotion to start to rise, because this is the one surefire way we're going to find if it's in there. Please do not put pressure on your knees. Do not do this if this does not feel right for you. But as you come into this now, notice what your first reaction to this is. When most of us meet the discomfort here, our first thing is, I want to get out of this, don't like it, don't like it. This is what you'll do every time you meet discomfort in your life. You'll run away from it. And the reason you're feeling what you're feeling in your hips right now is because this is all the stuff that you haven't dealt with previously. And so I want you now to just be here, to maybe turn your palms up to the sky again and just come back to that space of, I'm willing to let this go. I'm willing to release this. I'm willing to no longer carry this around with me. And feel what you're feeling. Feel it. Allow this moon to draw it to the surface. Maybe it just kind of bubbles up from somewhere within. Maybe it takes you by surprise. And maybe it sometimes isn't even necessarily sadness. Maybe right now it's a little bit of joy. Maybe it's a little bit of a feeling of being in the right place at exactly the right time. You're going to stay here with me for a little bit longer, not much longer, I promise you. And if you're on the edge now of your resistance, this is when we make the transformation. So stay here with me a little bit longer. Stay here with me, breathe with me. We are not here for much longer, I promise you. And now start to invite in breath. Each exhale, you might exhale out of your mouth. Start to invite in some breath. Start to shift something around. What you're feeling right now, I want you to shift it, move it, release it. Do that through your breath. Do that through your intention. Do that from calling this lunar energy in and asking her to help you to release what is trapped and stuck. I promise you we're out of here soon. I promise. We're in this together. We've got this together. We're going to be here for just 15 more seconds. That's it. 15 seconds. That's all. Make these last few breaths count. As you take this final deep breath here, I want you to close your eyes for me. And I want you now to release out of this in a way that your soul wants you to release out of it. How do you now take all of this and move and release it and sound it out and wiggle it out and shift it out? And does your body want to vinyasa? Do you want to lie down on your belly and take this in? Do you need to move, shift? Shift everything now. Shift it, move it, release it, feel it, feel it. Let it shift. Feel it. Feel it. Going to give you about 3 more breaths, and then we're going to come to do the same thing on the other side. So for these next few breaths, if the truthful, authentic you was going to move in any way that she truly wanted to move in this moment right now, what would that be? And that might be child's pose. In your own time, in your own way, you're going to step left foot up outside left hand. That right knee will drop down towards the earth. The right leg will shuffle as far back as it wants to, as it needs to. And then we stay here for the first 30 seconds. So just here, just being, just breathing, just noticing. We very rarely sit in the edge of discomfort. We run from it before we get there. Most of our biggest transformations are done when we are in the depths of our emotions. So let yourself feel what you're feeling and notice if you want to avoid it. Instead, invite it in. Oof, okay. Feeling a bit of resistance here. Can I breathe into the resistance? Can I invite it in? Can I go sit next to the resistance and say, hey, what do you need? What do you want? What are you showing me? Where am I stuck? Maybe fingertips walk forwards. Maybe right forearm finds its way to the earth. Maybe the left one follows. And then begin to express what you're feeling now. And so that might just be little gentle, like rockings backwards and forwards or side to side. But if rather than letting what you're feeling now restrict you and trap you, if you were to move it instead, what would you do? How would you do that? So little movements, breath, sound, movement, allowing everything that's stuck to come unstuck. And again, visualizing, feeling what you're feeling now is rather than being, oh, that's a tight muscle. Okay, that's might be something that's been stuck and stored and trapped in there for years. Am I now finally ready to release this? Finally ready to drop this and let this go, because it can be done almost in a breath. You just need to be willing. Same invitation as before. Stay here, find a child's pose, or start to wiggle that left foot across now, finding pigeon. The only thing I'm going to ask of you all the way through today is if you're coming out of things early or going back into child's pose, is it because it's a real genuine physical need, or is it because you're like, yeah, I'll just do child's pose because like avoid? Aquarius energies are like, nah, go there. Step there. And then as you come into your pigeon, what are you ready to release? Can you right now be comfortable with the uncomfortable? Because being uncomfortable with the uncomfortable is what's going to help us to sit with any other discomfort in our life in those moments when we're going from that south node and we're going from that comfort zone into our north node and we're expanding into something greater. We have to be able to sit in discomfort to get there. We're not going to suddenly wake up one morning in North Node energy. We're going to be stretched. We're going to be uncomfortable. We're going to be pressurized. We're going to be taken towards our edges and pulled in all different directions until, boom, we expand into it. And so right now, can you be in the discomfort? And can you feel what it feels like to be comfortable with the uncomfortable? And can you, most of all, with your eyes closed, make a commitment to yourself right now that you are now ready to let this go, that this is it, no more. This is it. You're ready to let this go. You're going to be out of this in another 3-4 breaths maximum. Use these final breaths, use them, dig deep, go all the way in, dig deep, get into the basement of what you've pushed down into the bottom of the basement and allow it out with every deep exhale. Give me 2 more breaths. I want you to clear out. One more breath. Now from here, shift this energy, because now we're letting this go, we're releasing it. So as you move out, your eyes are closed and your own body is going to go, this is how we need to let this go. This is it. This is how we release this. This is how we unravel this. This is how we unwind this. This is how we move. We move. About 3 more breaths. Whenever you are ready to, I want to give you the option to come to lay down on your belly. Now, if it will be more comfortable for you to flip yourself over onto your back, by all means, feel free to flip over. But otherwise, you're going to come to lay down in your belly, and you're maybe going to have your hands on your, your head on the back of your hands. You might even make fists. You might put jumpers, anything underneath your head. But I want you to lay down on your belly. And as you come to lay down on your belly here now, I want to invite you to sink into the earth. I want you to feel the earth come up from beneath to support you. And then in these final moments here now, as we breathe here, I want you to make yourself the promise. Are you ready? Are you willing now to let go? Are you really, really willing? Is there any part of you that's resisting? And if there's any part of you resisting, can you let go of that resistance? Can you, in this moment now, be fully and completely supported by the earth? Can you trust in this moment that you are fully and completely supported? Feel again that moon energy, that lunar energy. Feel the sisterhood energy. Feel the energy that surrounds and supports you. Feel the universal energy. Feel the energy of your soul. You are always, if you knew how supported you were, we'd be unstoppable. So can you now allow yourself to be completely supported by the earth? And I mean completely. Check in even with that little finger. If there's any part of you right now that's like, yeah, but I'll just keep hold of this little thing just in case. Can you surrender yourself completely and utterly into the earth? Can you let yourself now be fully held and supported? Can you feel as though you are now almost suspended in the energy of the universe, held fully and completely supported? Because you are. You are. Allow yourself to be held. And then either remaining here, you can at this point flip over onto your back, or you may want to come up to seated, but keep your eyes closed wherever you go. So if you're feeling good right here, stay here. If flipping onto your back will be better for you, go there. If seated feels like a better place for you to be, find your way to seated. And then with your eyes closed, as you feel yourself now, as you feel how supported you are, you've just felt into the energy, you know how supported you are. I want you to begin to visualize for me that all of your wildest full blue moon dreams have come true. And so I want you to begin to visualize for me that you can see in your mind's eye this version of you who is living your wildest full blue moon dreams. And I want you to see her, see her. And as you see her, this you who is living these wildest full blue moon dreams, how does she feel? I want you to really look at her. How does she feel? Does she feel purposeful, alive, loved, supported? So how does she feel? I want you to gaze at her. How does she feel? How does she move through the world? How does she hold herself? How does she carry herself? What's she doing? Who's she with? Where is she? I want you to see this future version of you who has everything that you want. She's there. You can see her. She's got it all. And as we spoke about earlier, you might not even see the exacts, but how does she feel? I want you to feel exactly how she feels. And I want you to know now, without doubt, that she is you. You would not be able to visualize this if she wasn't already alive within you. You wouldn't be able to see it. The fact you can see it is because she is already there. And so I want you now to begin to commit to stepping into this version of you. I want you to see this version of you turn and look at you. She's standing there. She's right ahead of you. She's waiting for you. And I want you in your mind's eye, with the whole of your heart, your mind, your soul, committed to this, to take a step forwards. And then I want you to take another step forwards. And I want you to keep taking steps forwards until you are stood right opposite her. And she looks at you with such love. And she tells you that she is already alive within you. She's already there. The only thing you need to do is awaken her. Invite her presence more and more into your everyday life. She's there inside you, but she's small right now, and she wants you to awaken her. She wants you to invite her in. For she is you and you are her. And so right now in this moment, I want you to feel yourself merge into this future you. And begin to feel right now how this future you would feel. And embody her right now in this moment. Does she feel free, brave, strong, aligned, abundant, loved? And as you feel her awaken now within you, start to move your body. How would she move? How does she move? Start to invite her presence in right now. And that might mean still laying where you are. It might mean that you end up on all fours. It might mean that you end up standing. It might mean that you end up in a downward facing dog. But this future you, who is now alive within you, who trusts completely, who knows, how does she move? Taking just these next few breaths to begin to embody her. To feel her alive within you. She's here. She's here. Start to breathe her into every cell of your body. Allow her to take over your mind, your heart. Feel as though you are beginning now to step into this version of you, and then you can't fail to achieve your blue moon dreams because you already know what it feels like to have got them. Taking a couple more breaths. I want to invite you to come into a downward facing dog when you are ready. We are only going to be there for a transition, so we're not going to be there for too long. But as you get there, as you get to your downward facing dog, how does she move? So feeling your palms down on the earth, you are her. She is you. You are her. All of you is now in this room, all of you. How does she move? If you're bending your knees, I want you to exaggerate bending your knees. If you're wiggling your hips around, I want you to exaggerate that hip movement. I want you to begin to move into this version of you, because honestly, it's just an embodiment. That's all you need to do. Be her now. Be her right this minute. You don't need to wait for anything. You don't need to wait for this to happen or that to happen or permission or anything else. You can be her right now in this second. Boom. There we go. How does she move? Breathe for me for just 2 more breaths here. And then slowly taking your own time, you're going to bend into your knees, walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. As your hands and your feet meet, you're just going to hang down over your legs. It might be that you let your fingertips trail on the floor. It might be that you grab hold of your opposite elbows. It might be that you shake and sway and move from side to side. But now, anything in the way of the you that you now know you are here to be, let that go. Shake it out, let it go, release it down into the earth, breathe it out, sigh it out. Anything that prevents you from being the you that you've just known yourself to be, let that go. Let that go. Let that go. We're going to take a couple of deep breaths here to really, really, really release and let that go. And so I want you now to press your feet down into the earth. You're going to pull up your belly button. Next time you inhale, you're going to slowly roll yourself all the way up to stand. As you get to stand, you're going to release your shoulders down. You're going to let your heart lift. Close your eyes, turn your palms towards the front of the room. And then breathe into her. Breathe into her. Breathe into her. Roll your shoulders back. Let your heart open. Lift your chin a little. Stand tall. Feel your feet in the earth. Feel that your presence is so needed, not only in this room, in this circle, but in this world right now. Feel that your presence is needed. How would you stand here now if you truly believed your presence was needed in the world? How would you let go of that slouching? How would you stand up tall, open your heart a little bit more, and know that you are needed right now? We're going to start to let go of anything that prevents that. We're going to sound it out. We're going to really let it go. Next time you inhale, we're going to sweep our arms to the sky. As we exhale, we're going to fold down through our arms behind us and breathe out. Let go. Again, inhale, reach up towards the sky. As you exhale, throw it down there. Let it go. Let go of anything in your way. Really, really let it go. We're going to do that 3 more times. Big inhale. As you exhale, I want you to really let it go. This is your chance to let go of all of that. Throw it off. Do that 2 more times. Let it go. You're going to do that 1 more time. This time as you come up to stand, you're going to really, really stand here. You're going to lay your arms reach up towards the sky. You're going to open your palms to the sky. You're going to feel your feet on the earth. You're going to close your eyes, and you're now going to feel that you are a conduit between heaven and earth. You are a conduit between heaven and earth. You are needed. Your soul is needed. And right now in this moment, I want you to take a moment with this moon. I want you to feel the full moon in the sky above you. I want you to open your hands and your heart, your mind and your ears to listen to her. Seek any guidance you need. Seek any wisdom you need. Call down any strength that you need. Ask to be guided. Ask to be shown what your purpose is. Ask to be on purpose. Ask to be used. Ask to be shown what you're here for. Ask, how can I serve? How can I serve? What do you need me to do? What do you need me to do? I'm open, I'm receptive, I am here now, I am listening. And feel that lunar energy, that Jupiter energy, that Saturn, that Uranus energy beam into you, beam into your heart. And know that even if your logic mind doesn't have the answers right now, they're there, they're in you, they're in you. You got this. Take 1 more deep breath. As you exhale, let your arms fall down by your sides. Let your palms face forwards. Gently blink open your eyes. Look to the top edge of your mat. That top edge of your mat is sending the you that you visualize, the you that is waiting for you, the future that is waiting for you, the you that you know yourself to be. And in a moment, you are going to journey towards her. You are going to step up and claim her. And so taking that time now, see her standing in front of you. This blue moon you, she's living your wildest dreams. She's got it. She knows exactly what to do. She knows how to get them. She knows. And when you are ready to step up and claim her and step into the future that is waiting for you, it might take you 1 step, 2 steps, 10 steps. You're going to step forwards, maybe just one to begin with. Step forwards 1 step. And then maybe step forwards another, and keep stepping and stepping and stepping until you arrive as her, top edge of your mat. Here we are. Next time you inhale, arms reach wide all the way up towards the sky. As you exhale, palms together, you're going to bow in an offering, fold yourself all the way down to the earth. As you take an inhale, right leg steps back behind you. As you exhale, right knee drops itself down towards the earth. As you inhale, now sweep your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, sink in a little deeper. As you inhale, welcome that energy in, feel it, beam it in, pour it down, open yourself up to it. Take a last big inhale here. As you exhale, hands come down, step it back into downward facing dog. Pause and wait here, or inhale, ripple your way forwards to a high plank position. As you exhale, you're strong, lower yourself down to the earth. Inhale through your heart space, cobra. Breathe into your heart. As you exhale, taking it back into downward facing dog. Remember, child's pose always an option, and then breathe here. How does this future you breathe? How does she move? How does she feel? How does she make her presence known in the world? Breathe here. You're going to take one more big deep breath here. And then you're going to look to the top edge of your mat, and you're going to step, hop, walk, jump, leap. However you get your way to the top of your mat, take a big inhale as you land. Fold over your legs as you exhale. Let the room know you're here. Inhale, you're going to reach all the way up towards the sky. Big breath in, reach up. As we exhale, we fold it all the way down. Bow, make an offering down to the earth. As you inhale, step your left leg back. Exhale, we find a grounding down to the earth. From being grounded in the earth, we inhale and open ourselves to receive, and then breathe here and open everything. Open everything. Feel that moon energy, that Uranus energy, that Saturn energy, that Jupiter energy. Beam it in. Open your heart. Open your heart a little more, a little more. Take a last inhale. As you exhale, hands come down, step it back, downward facing dog. In your own time, inhale, ripple your way forwards into plank, and exhale takes you to the earth. Now open your heart. Downward facing dog. Breathe. 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 2 more deep breaths for me here. Just 2 more. The end of your next deep breath, you're going to soften your knees, gaze forward, step, walk, hop, jump, leap. Whatever you do to get yourself to the top of your mat, take a breath in. As you breathe out, fold down over your legs, stay there just for a moment. Anything that's in the way, anything that's sticking, anything that feels uncertain, unsure, just breathe it out. Just let it go. Let it go. We're going to gather our energy now. As you inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Gather, 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 gather. That you're here to be. Gather her, gather her, gather her, gather her. Big breath in. As you breathe out, fold yourself all the way down towards the earth. Take an inhale, right leg steps back. This time it's up to you whether you drop down the knee or not. You might not do. As you inhale now, arms reach up to the sky, whether the knee is down or not. Open up your palms. Open up your heart. Receive. Receive and breathe. Receive and breathe. Receive and breathe. Receive and breathe. Stand in your strength. Stand in your power. If you wobble, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Take a last big breath in. As you breathe out, hands down, step it back into downward facing dog. Take an inhale, ripple forwards through plank. Lower as you breathe out. We cobra, heart, 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 heart. Breathe in, downward facing dog, breathe. Breathe. Move. Breathe. Wiggle. Sound, be in your power. Invite it in. Invite it all in. Invite it all in. Now from here, take a deep inhale. Your right leg sweeps up to the sky. As you exhale, gaze forwards. Your right foot steps up to the top edge of your mat. If it doesn't quite make it, give it a helping hand. Grab a hold of it. All 10 fingers now come inside your right foot. Turn everything around to face towards the side wall. Bend into your left knee. Bend into your left knee. So sink over into that left knee. Beautiful. Now take it over, sink into your right knee. And then take it over into the left. And then into the right. And maybe now your hands start to weave a little bit with you, or maybe you stay down low, or maybe there's something that your body just asks. This is again something that's like a little bit sticky, a little bit stuck, something that just needs to be kind of unwound a little bit. And then maybe you start to add a little bit of that wildness in. A little bit of that movement. A little bit of that flow. We're going to breathe here just for another couple of breaths. And then taking your own time, bring yourself back to center. As you get back to center, you're going to turn all 10 toes in a little bit. Fingertips on the floor, take an inhale here. As you exhale, bring your hands onto your waist. And then inhale, come all the way up to stand. As you get your way to stand, you're going to turn your heels in and let your toes stay out. You're going to sink your bum down. So rather than stick your bum out behind or tuck it under, you're just going to sink down like you're like sitting down in a chair. You might bring your hands onto your hips to support here. We're going to get into a little bit of grit. You might wiggle a little bit from side to side. Those of you soul spaced with me before might know we've been here before. And then as you breathe here, you might close your eyes and you might just listen to these words. I am light. I am light. I am light. And again, you're just going to get into the grit, into the bit we store and that gets sticky and the bits that we hide from. So just another couple of breaths. And then I want you to sink as deep as you can go for me. Just as deep as you can go. And you're going to let your bum just drop down. So rather than sticking it out, drop it down. Let your knees move out in the same direction as your little toes. And if you can, you're just going to bring your arms out to the sides. And if it helps, you might bring them over your heart. Because now we're going to start to get into a bit of fierce goddess energy. Because this is known as goddess pose. And so now close your eyes. You might return to the goddess that you picked on your card before. Or you might just return to I am light, I am goddess. You are she is you. And start to breathe in some of that power now within you. Maybe the little voice in you is going, oh, I don't even know why I came. Oh, it's horrible. Oh, didn't know I'd be doing this. And dig in a bit deeper. Dig in a bit deeper. Beautiful. 3 breaths. That's all I'm asking you to give me. 3 more. Sink down a little bit more. Go to your edge. Find your power. You're stronger than this. Sink down a little bit more. Beautiful. Dig on that last little reserve of power. Sink in a little bit more. Then from here, as you're ready, your own way, your own time, you're going to move through vinyasa. You're going to turn back to the front edge of your mat, step it back, downward facing dog, vinyasa, child's pose, wherever you end up, however you move, however you flow, however you get there. Because remember, you promised me that you were going to invite all of you into this room today. So all of you needs to be here now. And all of you is free to express herself in exactly the way that she needs to express herself right now. Because I want to meet you so you can meet me. So how does you move? How does she move? From your downward facing dog, I'm going to give you just 3 more breaths. And then remember, we're keeping stepping into that future you. We're keeping stepping in and finding her. So at the end of your next breath, soften your knees, gaze to the front. Step, walk, jump, hop. Meet her at the top of your mat. Take a breath in. Fold over your legs as you breathe out. Gather her. How does she rise? Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Huge breath in. As you exhale, fold yourself all the way down to the earth. As you inhale now, left leg steps back. Drop the knee or don't. It's your choice. It's up to you. As you next inhale, your arms sweep to the sky. Back knee down or not. Totally up to you. And now open yourself. Open yourself. Open yourself to all there is. Open yourself to power, strength, courage. Open yourself. What do you need a bit more of? It's there waiting for you. Invite it in. You've just got to invite it in. Invite it in. Take a last big inhale here. As you exhale, we're slowly going to come down. We're going to turn all the way around to the side edge of your mat. As we turn all the way around, we're going to sink into your right knee. Did I give you guys the wrong leg? Soz, only 400 people watching me mess that one up. Turn around to the other side. How did I do that? Whoa. Sink into your right knee. You're just going to bounce it side to side now. I'm so sorry. I was like, why is everyone doing the wrong leg? What are they all doing? No, I think it was probably me. You're going to bounce it side to side. Take it side to side. Oh, I know where we did it. We should have gone back into downward facing dog and step. Then I got to the top of the mat. It's okay. I figured where we've gone wrong, or I've gone wrong. So, there we go. Rumi was like, I'm going to show you that we make mistakes and mess up in front of 400 people, and I'm still whole and still complete. So, bring yourself to the center. Sorry to everyone at home as well. Sorry if everyone's mixed up. Bring yourself back to center. Tent your fingertips on the floor. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, hands come to waist. Inhale, come up to stand. Now turn your heels in, toes out. We'll get this right. Sink down into that goddess pose again. So now you've been here. So now your body's like, yeah, still don't quite like it, but all right. Let your arms come out to the sides. And maybe you let your palms face forwards. Maybe you touch first finger and thumb. Maybe you widen your arms up alongside your ears. Figure out what it is that you want to do. And then sink in a little bit more. Close your eyes. And this is where we start to stay here and we breathe here. And this is a place I love to bring us because it really works. It's so powerful. I want you now to, with your eyes closed, sink a little deeper for everyone who's ever said that you can't. Anyone who's ever said, no, you can't achieve your dreams. No, you can't do that. No, you can't. Sink a little deeper for them. This is our Aquarian metaphorical two fingers to like, yes, we can. Sink a little deeper to anyone who's ever tried to make you small. Sink a little deeper to anyone who's ever tried to take away your power. Sink a little deeper to anyone who's tried to put expectations on you. And try and stay there now and try and really get in there and really dig deep and really get into that. Because right now I want you to find a little bit of Kali or a little bit of Durga or a little bit of energy that roars through that goes, do you know what? Yes, I can. Do you know what? Yes, I can. And so then sink a little bit deeper for anyone who says that you can't, for any times you felt like you can't, for any times you've been made to feel less than powerful. Sink a little bit deeper and find that goddess Durga energy in you, that Kali energy that goes, whoa. And if needs to be raw, let her out. Let her roar, be like, ugh, let her out. I know you're feeling it. That's why I'm wondering and not doing this with you. I'm going to sink in for me a little bit deeper. Come on, we can do this. Give me about 4 or 5 more breaths where you really dig deep and you find that energy in you for your blue moon dreams that goes, do you know what? Yes, 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 yes. Despite all the no's, all the doubts, all the fears, all the worries, everyone who's ever said you can't, dig a bit deeper, 2 more breaths, yes, I can. Feel that voice, that energy in you that goes like, oh, yes, I can. Take another breath, that's all. And then looking at the top edge of your mat, turn yourself back around to the top edge, step it back, take it through your vinyasa, your own way, your own time. And now move now with that energy. Move with that energy of, do you know what? Yes, yes. I don't need answers, permission. Don't need to wait for anything. I can claim it all in this moment, all of it. I can claim it all in this moment. All of it. All of it.
This song is yours.
You're going to take 2 more deep breaths for me. And then from a downward facing dog, take a little pause this time. Look to the top edge of your mat. Look where you're going. Look who you're becoming. Look what you're claiming. Look what you're stepping into. Look, find her. And then as you're ready, meet her at the top edge of your mat. Step up there, meet her. Take a big breath in. Exhale, fold down over your legs. As you inhale, gather all that energy and rise. As you exhale, stay standing, hands into prayer in front of your heart. Close your eyes. Maybe drop your chin a little to your heart. And then just embody who you're here to be right here, right now, in this moment. As you stand here as her. Stand here as this you who is here to be who you are here to be. Stand here and breathe. I'm going to go through one more round of vinyasa on each side. I am going to get it right this time. I am going to be a good guide to you all and take you through it right. But what I want to encourage you to do now is to move through this next round of vinyasa as her. As her. In your full strength, your full power, your full glory. Let's go. Arms drop down to the sides. As you next inhale, you're going to reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. As you exhale, you're going to bow and fold yourself all the way down to the earth. As you inhale, step your right leg back. As you exhale, drop the knee or don't, your choice. As you inhale, now reach your arms to the sky. Stay here, exhale. Now take another couple of breaths here and feel yourself in your power, your strength, your presence. Open now to all that is. Open yourself up to it all. Be here. Take a last breath in. As you breathe out, hands come down, step it back into downward facing dog. With your inhale, ripple yourself forwards through your plank. As you exhale, lower yourself down to the earth. A cobra as you breathe in. Downward facing dog as you breathe out. Now pause here for a breath or so. Pause here for a breath or so. Now we get this right. So we inhale, right leg sweeps up to the sky. As you exhale, gaze forwards, right foot steps to the top. All hands come inside your right foot. Turn everything around to face towards the left-hand side and bend into your left knee. Beautiful, we got it. Now you're going to take it over into right side. And now you're going to just flow this side to side a couple of times. Now you can either stay here and flow and move and express, or you can bring yourself back up into that goddess pose if you're like, nah, I need a bit more fierce energy, I need to call in a bit more power. You can fully express yourself here. You can stand up and kind of shake it off and shake it out and wiggle and flow and move and undulate backwards and forwards. But again, I'm going to give you about 30 seconds here. If you are going to move now as her, breathe now as her. If you have a headstand practice, go for it. If there's anything else that you want to do in this moment, this is one of your last chances now to, in this room, in this space, express yourself fully. Be here fully. Show up fully. It doesn't even need to be real yoga. 480,000 yoga poses. Create a 480,000 plus one pose. Do something different. Aquarius energies brings us what's never been done before. Express yourself right here, right now, in this moment for 2 more breaths. The end of your next breath, you're going to look towards the top edge of your mat. You're going to take yourself around and step yourself back through a vinyasa. And that vinyasa can look like anything it needs to look like. Anything. And we're eventually going to meet back up at the top of our mats, but you can do whatever you need to do in between here and getting there, because this is your journey now to getting to her, to getting to your future self, to standing in her presence and her power. So you're going to take all your own time to get there. And when you do find yourself at the top edge of your mat, you're going to stand there, feet on the earth, heart open, chin high, being her, embodying her, standing there, breathing as her. We're going to do the same thing, other side. I'm going to get it right. We're going to flow through it. Last chance to really embody yourself as we inhale, arms reach to the sky. As you exhale, bow. This is an offering. Offer yourself down to the earth. As you inhale, left leg steps back. Exhale, drop the knee or don't, your choice. Inhale, arms sweep to the sky. And now receive. I receive all that is waiting for me. I know that the universe loves me. And there is nothing I need to do. It's safe to be me. It's my birthright to feel this happy and free. Take a last big inhale. As you exhale, take the hands down, flow it back, move it through. There is nothing I need to do except to be me. There is nothing I need to do except to be me. I am a master creator. Whenever you feel ready to, you're going to sweep your left leg to the sky. Your left foot will step to the front. All 10 fingers will come inside that left foot, and then we'll end up around the right side of the room. And as we get there, you'll bend into your right knee. We did it. And then you'll again flow side to side maybe. You'll come up into goddess. Maybe your right arm was like, do you know what? Take me up to the sky. And here's the truth. Here's why yoga's so magical. The voice you meet on your mat is the same voice off your mat. So the voice on your mat that says, oh, I can't do that, it's the same voice that will tell you that you can't off your mat. But the voice on your mat that goes, move the right arm a little bit, that's your intuition. That's your intuition talking. That little voice inside that tells you right now how to move and that you actually want to stand up and shake and bounce even though there's like potentially 399 other people watching you. That's the voice that's going to tell you how to follow the dreams you've got. That's the voice that's going to tell you to go left when everyone else tells you to go right. So right now, listen to that voice. Listen to that little voice of your intuition deep within you that says, move that way. Move that way. Yeah, they're watching, but so what? Move that way and show them that it's okay for them to move that way too. I'm going to give you 3 more breaths here. I know that the universe loves me. There's nothing I need to prove. It's safe to be me. Whenever you are ready, you are going to end up standing again, top edge of your own mat. You might move through a vinyasa to get there. You might move through a happy dance to get there. You might move through a jumping up and down and shaking around to get there. It doesn't matter how you get there. What matters is that you get there. And when you get there, when you get to the top edge of your mat, when you stand there now in this full power and presence of who you are here to be, I want you to really stand in that power and presence of her. And And so you might close your eyes, you might beam your arms out wide to the sides, you might keep your arms down by your sides. I don't mind what you do because there is nothing you need to prove. It's safe to be you. But I want you in this moment now, under this Aquarius full blue moon, in this sisterhood circle right now, to just say yes, to say yes, yes. What a song, perfect for this. And I want you for these next few breaths to feel this, into the wild. And you might feel this now moving through. You might feel your knees start to bob around a little bit. You might feel your shoulders start to shake a little bit. You might feel your arms start to shake a little bit. You might feel your hips start to shake a little bit. You might feel a little smile start to build up in your heart that just wants to burst through onto your face as well. But I want you right now, just for these next few moments, to be here fully as you, to just say, yes, here I am. All of me now in this room, all of me. Free yourself right now. Liberate yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. I can never believe how quickly time goes in our spaces together, but we're going to start to move towards our final meditation. And so I want to give you the final 4 minutes of your practice. I do this a lot, but final 4 minutes of your practice now are yours. So how you make your way between these last 4 minutes down to your Shavasana is entirely up to you. But close your eyes and embody her. And this is the last chance. If there's some part of you now that's like, I just want to jump around when I don't do it in this space. If you cannot be you in this space, you will not be able to go out there and be the you that we need you to be. And you might just want to make your way down onto your belly. You might want to do a final pigeon. You might want to do another of the 480,000 yoga poses that we now know exists. But I'm going to start our timer here for our final 4 minutes. I'm going to try and tell you every minute. And you can do right now anything you want to do. Anything. Anything. And what I want you to really pay attention to is the little voice that goes, don't do that, because that's the voice we're going to go, do you know what? Yes. That's the voice that will tell you that your full blue moon dreams aren't possible. Yeah, they are. So go into the wild. Feel it. Feel all of yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Trust yourself. And rather than comparing yourself to anybody else in this room, allow them instead to see the full real you, so they may be inspired by you the same way that you're being inspired by them right now. You've just done 1 minute. You've got 3 more to go. You are in a safe space right now to do whatever it is that you need to do to claim and free all of you. All of you. So who is she? Let us see her. How does she move? What does she do? You're just coming up 2 minutes, so you're halfway through. So you can at any time come onto your belly, your back, seated, standing, lying, whatever you need to do. Remember, this is your time, this is your space. This is where you get to now, witnessed by other women, be you. Be all of you. This is your first reclamation, the first perhaps moment where you go, this is who I am. This is where these Aquarian energies have been bringing me to, and this is my blue moon moment now to dedicate that I'm going to move forwards now as her. And whatever it was that future you felt, feel that now. In this moment, feel purposeful. You are purposeful just by being in this room. You're purposeful because you felt the call for this circle. Our circle would not have been complete without you in it. It wouldn't have been. So that means that right now you are on purpose. Your purpose was to be here in this group of women. You've just done 3 minutes. You've got 1 minute left. got about 30 more seconds to go, so no rush. So as you come down to lay on your back, or you might choose to do our final meditation seated. You might choose to do it flipped back on your belly again. Where do you need to be? Sorry. So you close your eyes now. I want you to begin to feel the journey that you've been through, not just over these past couple of hours together, but also the journey that you've been on since the last Aquarius full moon. And then also the journey that you've been on the past 18 months as we've worked with these Aquarian energies. And I want you to feel into perhaps what's shifted for you, what's changed for you. And as we breathe here together in this space, I want you once again to visualize that Aquarius full blue moon in the sky above you. And I want you to allow her now to illuminate what it is that needs illuminating. So on a full moon, the moon illuminates our lives as they are so that we may see where we need to make change, what we need to be stepping into. And so just allow this moon now to illuminate what needs to be illuminated. Illuminating perhaps the journey of the last 18 months. Just showing you, guiding you. And then under this Aquarius full moon now, I want you to make a commitment that you are ready to now release what needs to be released, and in that place expand into what you are here to expand into who you are here to expand into. And so over the next couple of really nice, long, slow, deep exhales, I want you to do that final release, as though that final little bind drops away, that final little piece drops away, that final little mask you wear drops away, that final little doubt drops away, that final little fear drops away. And I want you to imagine now with every exhale that you are emptying yourself out, that you are creating this space in which to expand into. And the more you let go of, the more space you have to expand. And so every exhale, just breathe it out, feeling yourself becoming more and more and more empty, and noticing if you want to grip onto any of these things, and instead commit with a wholehearted yes that you are ready to let go. And feel those layers of you fall away, those layers of you that you don't want to be anymore. Those things you say that you don't want to say anymore, those things you agree to that you don't want to agree to anymore. The you that you no longer want to be, just feel those layers like cloaks just dropping away from you as you become more and more empty, empty it all out. And as more and more empties out, feel within there a little flicker. It's a little flicker. The flicker might appear in your belly, it might appear in your heart. Just notice that little flicker now, that's the flicker of your soul. That's the light of your soul that was called to be here in this circle right now. And so now begin to inhale into that flicker within you. And feel it start to expand, or that space you just created begin to now expand into your truest soul's essence, your truest soul's light, your truest soul's purpose. Invite more and more of you, more and more of your soul into this moment. And don't be small anymore. I want you to expand. I want you to expand this energy so it fills the whole of your body. And as this energy expands and fills the whole of your body, I want you to expand it into the whole space of your yoga mat. And then I want you to expand it into the whole of this room so that you are taking up space in the whole of this room. You are filling the whole of this room. Take up some space. I want you to feel the energies of every other woman around you now, adding their energy to this and feeling the power behind this and feeling that little gentle whisper from somewhere within you that goes, you got this. You can do this. You are here for a reason. You are here on purpose, and it is now time to expand into and claim all that you are here to be. And when you are ready to do that with a wholehearted yes, with a yes that comes from somewhere within the depths of your soul, say yes to yourself. Say yes to your life. Say yes to your wildest, once in a blue moon dreams. And know now that awake within you is the part of you that can achieve these, that can and will achieve these. Say yes to her. Invite all of her in. And then just be here now, breathe here as her. Stay here now as her. And welcome more and more of her in with each breath.
Her glow is iridescent, her face a glacial mask. Tonight in the velvet sky, she is guardian to the stars, a silver queen of the night. She watches the world below. If you look her in the eye, she can see into your soul. Ooh, she lives in you. Ooh, she lives in you. Her whisper is silent, but you feel her in your bones. She echoes through your veins, as if all your secrets she knows. If you choose to listen, she'll guide you through the dark. Trust your intuition. She is your northern star. Ooh, she lives in you. Ooh, she lives in you. Ooh.
She lives in you. She lives in you. I just want you to feel that right now, that she lives in you. Wake her up. And I want you to remain here now for as long as you need to, just feeling her alive within you. And when you're ready, you're going to slowly bring yourself out of this. I want you just to pick up your paper, your pen, your journal, and I just want you to write down, who is she? Who are you going to show up as in the world from now on? Who are you showing up as? What are your wildest once in a blue moon dreams? What are you committing to? Who are you committing to being? What is that commitment you're going to make to yourself right now about how you're going to show up? Because we need you. So I just want to give you a few moments now while all of this energy is still there to make those commitments. I want you to perhaps make note of how she feels and little promises now of how you're going to show up as her every day, how you're going to show up more on purpose, more in love. And then perhaps making some intentions or setting some intentions of this moon. I intend to now show up every day in joy and purpose. I intend to allow more of the authentic, real me to be seen. Whatever it is, whatever's alive within you right now. What is alive within you right now? Because it is alive for a reason. It's been illuminated by this full moon for a reason. Because as this full moon brings us this moment, this transition point, where we graduate and move into new energies, we are now creating the future. You are creating the future now in the words that you write. Not only for you, but for all of us. Because we need a new future of authentic people willing to be brave enough to step up, be seen, be heard, and go after what it is that they really want. I want you to set yourself at least one intention that we can now charge into our crystals. And so for anyone at home, if you did have a crystal, we're going to set an intention on a crystal now. If you didn't have one, do not worry. You can repeat this after. I'm going to give you a few moments now to go grab one if you need to go grab one. But for everyone in the room, you obviously already have yours. So just write yourself perhaps one, could be up to three. I normally work with up to 3 intentions because otherwise it gets a bit too much. But 1 to 3 intentions, commitments of what you're really going to commit to now moving forwards. The dreams you're going to chase. And it might even be a longer term thing. Remember, we've got those, or that final Saturn-Uranus square on the 24th of December. So maybe it's something that future you is stepping into, but you now need to step into that so that future you can be there. Because if you're always waiting for something else, you're always waiting. Start now. And when you've got your intention clear, you're just going to take your crystal like we did at the beginning, hold your crystal in your hands. And I normally hold my crystal to my heart if I'm setting intentions, but then I want you to whisper into your crystal. You might even choose to whisper. Our words carry such power. And remember, we've got that Mercury energy around this moon, that Mercury energy to be able to communicate. But when you might whisper from your lips or from your heart, whisper your intention into your crystal. Set your intention on this crystal of what it is that you want to create out of these full blue moon energies. Do you need to track again to sing again or no? So while you spend a little bit of time now setting your final intentions, that final song we had in Shavasana, you might have mistakenly thought that it was a soundtrack, but it was this beautiful lady actually singing and playing the harp. That was like real. So this is Holly, my friend Holly, who's come to join us today, and she writes all of her own songs as well. So writes everything and then plays it. So what you heard at the end of Shavasana was actually this angelic voice. And so I'm just going to ask her. I know everyone's faces. I know. I was the same. I was like, is that really you? She's magic. She's pure magic. So as you're just setting your final intentions now, maybe noticing anything down, we're going to ask her to just play for us again one more time. So this time you can enjoy witnessing it as well. You're on socials, right? As I am Holly Hustler. And so if you do want to take a little video of her magic and share the joy for this wonderful woman, please do. But yeah, I couldn't not let you witness that magic again. So we're going to get Holly to play us out one last time. But please feel free to keep writing intention setting, or as she beautifully sang for She's Within You, find your true north now. Find your true north. And if you would wish to really feel that energy come in now, embody it. But I'm going to let your magic do all the speaking for us.
Can we put the track up a tiny bit, please? Cover my nerves. Thank you. Her glow is iridescent, her face a glacial mask. Tonight in the velvet sky, she is guardian to the stars, the silver queen of the night. She watches the world below. If you look her in the eye, she can see into your soul. Ooh, she lives in you. She lives in you. Her whisper is silent, but you feel her in your bones. She echoes through your veins, as if all your secrets she knows. If you choose to listen, she'll guide you through the dark. Trust your intuition. She is your northern star. She lives in you. Ooh, she lives in you. Shivaya Namaha.
Isn't this so magical? Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I want to just let our online sisters leave us here because we normally only do 2 hours and they've been with us for 2 hours and 20 minutes. So I'm going to let our online sisters go. But can we just send some love to our 330 online sisters? Thank you all so much for being here with us. And we wish that you were all here in person, but your energy was felt and your energy was here. And thank you for being part of our circle. Thank you for being part of this. Thank you for hearing the call and being in our space. We will be in touch very, very soon. Thank you all so much for being here.